Hello developers, today we are going to develop this diary application with addition and deletion functionality of the Jetpack Compose. So here I am going to add a day file with my thoughts like something. Here you can select your date of your entire diary. And now I just click save. You just click the save of the project. So again you can add here and it will update the date. So further you can delete these items, right? So by adding CRUD operations you can develop this diary application. Hope you are excited. So let's dive into the project. For implementing this diary app, we are going to use these 4 files of the Figma, which is main screen, add screen, edit screen and view screen. So we are going to implement one by one and just started with this add screen. For that I am going to create a new project, empty project in the Android Studio and remove the default composables here, right? And also I added 2 colors in the UI theme. The colors are KT, so we use whatever we need. And this project I am going to use a new approach of MVVM. So just I am going to create a package of view. View I am going to create a file called add screen. Right, so this is a composable file where it contains our view. For UI part I am just going to use this view, add screen, preview for side by side view. And here we are going to use top bar back icon, bottom bar here, and these 3 text fields, that is right. I'm going to use scaffold, modifier, so first parameter, top bar, just import the modifier here, bottom bar, that hand and save icon, outline text. Here we are going to use column for vertical arrangement of items, outlined text field, value, for now I am going to give empty, this column will take the entire space, right, and give some padding of IT, which the padding takes the space of top bar and bottom bar. And also I am just giving to padding of horizontal 20 dp, vertical ZHC 20 dp. Modifier, we need to create a full max width to take the entire space, right? Colors, for colors I am going to use text field default colors. We need to add a 4 parameter. First we need to remove this background border, right? So focus indicator, color dot transparent. To import this color, option enter, alt enter, unfocused indicator, focused container, color dot, it removes the border, right? So focused container color is body, unfocused container, that also body. Now it looks perfect. And before that I am just giving it something like color dot white. Now we can see the perfect. Also I am going to add a shape, a rounded corner shape at 20 dp. Looks perfect. Placeholder, text field, set and title. Just import this text, modifier, color, text color, it's from the colors.kt file, right? So I'm just going to use this, just duplicate this, command D or control D, Joule. Here it's a date, select the date, enter your thoughts. So this must be something like height. I'm going to use a dynamic height because it is a big field, right? So 400. It may extend. And here vertical arrangement not spaced by, let it say 20 dp. So each item spaced between 20 dp is there, right? Let's say 350 to 500. Now it's better. I'm just going to use scrollable for safer side. If it hides on some device now, it won't hide. The scrollable will help. These items will be scrollable if it goes beyond the screen, right? So I'll just come for top bar. Top bar contains one back arrow and back. This is a row. Here I am going to use icon. Icons dot build. Just input this icon to back arrow. Content description null. Text back. Modifier dot padding top 20 dp, start 20 dp, horizontal arrangement, horizontal arrangement dot spaced by 20 dp, between two spaces is 20 dp, let's say, and we need to vertically align same, right? So center vertically. Now it looks perfect. So font size la I'm going to add 24 sp. Font size must be in sp. Now it looks perfect. And we are just going to use a focus on bottom bar. Bottom bar contains only save, which is present beside the box. Text. We can also use button. Here for simplicity I am just using box la text field. Fill max width. Wrap content height. Background color dot black. Rounded corner shape, let it be 12 dp. Modifier. Need to use color dot white. Fill max width. Text align center. Text align or center. Perfect. Before giving the background color, I am just going to add a padding horizontal 20 dp. Great. Vertical 20 dp. Now I am just going to use font weight dot semibold. So that's all about the ad screen. Now we are going to focus on our home screen. So home screen contains the title and a list of items, right? So for this I am going to use the title. It contains two color gradient. So let me create a new screen, which is a Kotlin class file home screen. So it's a composable function home screen. I'm just adding a preview for a live edit screen. Here I'm going to use gradient. So gradient brush dot we need to import this brush, linear gradient. We need to pass a list of colors, right? I'm just passing this color. And here you can see this top bar, bottom bar and items. So similar to that, I am just going to use scaffold. Scaffold la there's a modifiers default parameter top bar. Just import this modifier here, and bottom bar and these items. So top bar contains the text field, right? So text field which contains memories recorded. Here I am going to use that gradient color, right? For this I am going to use modifier style, text style, brush, gradient. You can see here, right? It's just a full max width and padding vertical 20 dp. We need to import the dp here, sir, and horizontal 20 dp. Once it's done, text align dot center. Fine. We can increase the font size also. For the font size, similarly for bottom bar, I am just going to use a row which contains 3 items. So row, it takes a modifier full max width, wrap content height. It contains a column of icon and text. Just import the column of icons dot filled dot home content description. We need to import this icon. You can see this here. Just import the size here. Let's say 32. And following, I'm just going to use this modifier font size 24 sp. Let it be 20 sp. Horizontal alignment to center horizontally. Cool. Similarly, I am going to use this in 3 fields. So here I am just going to use composable function bottom item and going to pass this with the items list. So I'm just going to create a data class. Don't complicate it, just a data class with contains title and icon, right? We need to pass this icon so that we can duplicate the items. Images. Let it be, we can do that later. Home r dot icons dot filled dot home. I will change it to image vector here. So I'm just to duplicate this. Add a profile, right? So add profile, add profile person here. I'm just going to pass bottom item. How many times? Items dot for each, that many times, right? Here I'm going to pass this item here. Items dot icon, items dot title. Cool. Horizontal arrangement dot space between and padding horizontal. Now it looks very better, right? Full max size background, let be color dot white. For this row, it's the color of body. Perfect. And finally we are going to implement these items, right? For this I'm going to use lazy column of items. Let it say 5.
It's 10 o'clock.
5 items I'm going to implement. Modifier full max size. It takes the remaining size and I'm giving padding here. Here I'm going to use list item. Heading line content. July 23, 2024. Leading content. My memory title. It's my bad. So let it be. Headline is title. Modifier. Supporting content is here is my description and overline content is the date. And finally trailing content is icon. Icons dot filled dot more wet. Content description null. So by clicking this we can use the drop down of edit and delete options, right? So it's cool. Modifier dot padding. horizontal 20 dp. I think already it's already padding 20 dp, so I'll just give background, body, a rounded corner shape. It is at 12. It's cool. And fine. We are going to use arrangement, vertical arrangement, vertical, that is arrangement dot spaced by 20 dp. Now it looks perfect. What else is there? Finally, we are going to implement this view screen. For adding view screen, I'm just going to create another composable here with the new file of view screen. For this composable function view screen. So I'm just using a preview here. Okay, fine. It's just a column which takes a full max size. As you see, top there will be a row of items. So here, so I'm just going to reuse this with the back icon, right? I'm just going to reuse from here. Cool. And that's a more icon is there. For this I'm going to use another row with icon dot filled dot more where content description is null. Fill max width, vertical alignment dot center vertically. We need to use a spacer here to move the items towards. Now it looks perfect. And here we are going to add title, date, and the contents. Everything is wrapped here, right? So I'm just going to add text of title, which is my memory. Everything is padding inside, so there is no padding here. This text field, let's say modify dot padding top, let's say 20 dp. Font weight dot semi bold. Next there is text field. So I'll just duplicate these contents. Command D or Control D. It's just a normal, and let it say 20. There is top of 5 dB, and these are another text fields. Fill max width. Okay, cool. Top, let's say 15 dB. And the letter line height, let it be 40 sp. Looks bad. Looks clean. So for this I am just going to create a data class which is a model in MVVM. So create another package named model which contains the data class here. So I'm just going to create a class, data class contains note item. So this contains like val title, val message, val date, which is also a string. I just format it and store it as a string here, and val id. This is a unique id file. Okay. Let it be long. So here I am going to use in our view model. For this I am going to create a new class, view model, main view model, extends view model, val items equal to mutable state of list of note item. So this is the list of items we are going to add here, right? And finally in our add screen, let's go to the add screen. Here I am going to pass the view model, main view model, while title by remember of mutable state of empty. Just input this. When this value changes, recompose, right? So for this I am going to use remember. Where message, just duplicate this, message date, formatted date, title on value change, title equal to id, message on value change, message equal to id. It's not a message, it's a date. So date, formatted date. We'll check for on value changes further. Message equal to id. So for this is the tricky part, we are going to add a date picker here, right? For this I am going to use a state val state remember date picker state, val date pick show date picker. So once true, we are going to show the date picker. So when we click this, it becomes true. When I click this clickable, it becomes true. It should be var. Once true, we are going to show the date picker here. Date picker. If show date picker is true, we are going to show the date picker with the state. And once done, we are going to add the formatted date here. State dot current selected milliseconds equal to null. Whenever we reopen, we just make it into default date. Let us open it. Fine. Well, date time format, simple date format, dd date month year locale dot get default. We need to date time. Formatted date equal to if it is not null, in that case we are going to take and set this date format of IT else date time format of current date. So you can understand this is the current milliseconds, means current date, else our selected date is replaced in formatted date. And finally we are just showing here, right? So before running our project, we need to add this in the view model. So once click save, and bottom bar left, once we click save now, we need to add clickable. Once we save this, if title not equal to empty, items, right? View model dot items la so just for unique ID, I'm just adding this title message formatted date. No, perfectly fine. We're just adding this into our current list and making everything into empty. Perfect. Once done, we just need to show it in our home screen. So for adding a home screen, I'm just passing the view models here. Items indexed, view model dot items, index item, dot value. Item dot title, item dot message, item dot date. For that, I'm just going to add a navigation compose here. Val controller, remember nav controller. So just option enter, add dependency here. You can verify the dependency in dips.toml file. We don't need the JVM steps, just navigation composition of the sync now. Yeah, it's fine. Nav host contains few fields. This is controller, start destination. Start destination home. Composable home, composable add screen. Fine. Home screen, view model, add screen, view model. Before we need to pass the view model, we need to create the instance. So private latent var view model, main view model. After on create, we need to create the instance of that. Main view model class. Just create the view model instance, so that I'm just going to pass this in a view model here. Right. When start destination home, it defaultly open the home screen. Once done, we are going to move to nav screen. So in bottom bar, it is clickable. When bottom item is clickable, just pass on click. Here I am going to pass a function here. Right. So once any item is clicked, I just check. If index equal to 1, in that case it is add screen, right? So I'm just going to use controller. Add screen. After we are adding this, once save, we need to navigate home. For that we need to pass the controller in function here. Oh, that's it. I'm going to check. text field. In the list item there is parameter called the colors. So list item default colors la I'm just using container color is body. Now that color issue is resolved, and finally we are going to add screen. Home screen la more word. When we click this, we need to show a drop down, right? For this I am going to use modifier or clickable show drop down. Where show drop down by remember mutable state of false. Just import this. I'm going to add this here. Drop down menu expanded equal to show drop down. On dismiss request, drop down menu item. Text. Edit. On click. Control dot navigate to edit screen with the index of ID. Right. Delete also same. Delete. No need of nav controller and all. Just delete and go to home screen. Filter it.id not equal to item.id. So it just update with the new value without that ID, right? And we are just going to home screen. So it just removed the item technically. And we need to show drop down. Yeah. Show drop down is false. So we need to add the edit screen. For that I'm just going to duplicate this. Edit. Get the it.arguments. Get string index val index. So we'll check this edit screen later. Before we check our delete functionality is working fine. For this I'm going to create an item. Hi, hello, save. So I'm just deleting this. Delete. Cool, it's working, but open all the items. Right. For this I'm going to use show drop down right. So here I'm going to use 0. We can delete this now, right? So it looks perfect, and finally we are focusing on the edit screen. finally we are going to add something like task 1 task. Here is addition operation is looking fine. Let me add a task 2 and we can add delete operations. This task delete operation also working fine. We can also delete this operation. Yeah, that's all about the tutorial. Hope you love this and keep subscribed to the channel. We'll see you in next tutorial.